Salman Rushdie recalls lake of blood in testimony against his attacker. The article, written by Mark Sommer and Santal Nurkar for the New York Times, details the testimony given on Thursday in Federal District Court in Buffalo, New York. In 1988, the government of Iran issued a fatwa against Rushdie over the Satanic Verses, a novel that depicted a fictionalized version of the Prophet Muhammad and outraged many Muslims, prompting a death sentence that would shape his life for decades. The following year, the Iranian government reiterated the death sentence, forcing Rushdie into hiding for nearly 10 years, during which he lived in isolation in London under constant security and was unable to appear publicly. In 1998, an Iranian government official announced that the death threat had been lifted, a development that allowed Rushdie to gradually return to public life, make appearances, and eventually give up his armed security detail, marking a significant turning point. On August 12, 2022, while Rushdie was speaking at a literary festival in western New York, a young man named Hadi Muhtar rushed the stage and stabbed him 15 times, leaving the author blind in his right eye, with severed nerves and extensive scarring across his face, neck, and torso, injuries that have permanently altered his daily life. On Thursday, the 79-year-old author appeared in court dressed in a dark suit, soft-soled shoes, and a neatly trimmed goatee, and took the stand to recount the attack in harrowing detail. He testified that he caught a sideways glimpse of Muhtar, whose face was concealed by a black mask, just before Muhtar lunged and threw him violently to the floor, and that he tried to get away but Muhtar was on top of him, stabbing away repeatedly. Prosecutor Timothy C. Lynch then asked Rushdie to remove his distinctive eyeglasses, one lens clear, the other darkly tinted to cover his damaged eye, to show the jury the empty socket where his eye once was, prompting Rushdie to say softly, "As you can see, there's nothing there now." Rushdie had previously testified in a state court in Mayville, where a jury found Muhtar guilty of attempted murder and sentenced him to 25 years in prison, a conviction that preceded the current federal proceedings. Now, in federal court, Muhtar faces 2 counts of providing material support to a terrorist organization and 1 count of terrorism that transcends national boundaries, charges that carry the possibility of life imprisonment if he is convicted. The government contends that Muhtar acted at the direction of Hezbollah, the Iran-backed militia in Lebanon, thereby enforcing the decades-old fatwa, while defense attorney Nathaniel El-Baron too argues that Muhtar was driven by personal anger over Rushdie's writing but was not acting on orders from Hezbollah or the Iranian government, presenting a stark contrast in narratives. If the jury convicts him on the federal charges, Muhtar could be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, an outcome that would ensure he never returns to society. The article also notes that Rushdie has been a target of rage among Islamic extremists for decades. Prosecutors have described Rushdie's testimony as a critical piece of their case that Muhtar acted at the direction of Hezbollah. This has been a summary of the New York Times reporting on the trial. Thanks for listening.